All right, everyone, welcome to the live stream. We have an awesome show today. I'm super excited about these guests. I've been looking forward to it all week. So in the preparedness community, oftentimes we're prepping for various emergencies, some things that are a little bit more extreme than others. This particular couple has just gotten into the preparedness world and has really just been blowing up over the past 6 months. A lot of it's due to some of the stuff that's gone on with COVID, with a lot of food shortages that happened. And it's really taken a step and we're a huge splash in the community, and it's just been really awesome to see. I just had to have them on the show before they got to 1 million subscribers, and then they wouldn't come on the show anymore. So I was super excited about this. This is Pegi&Don. As you saw in the introduction, they've been building up this pantry in their basement for the past 4 to 5 months now, and I just love the organization of it. I love everything about it. And what's best about their channel is just the positive nature that they have. Oftentimes in the preparedness community, we're talking about very serious topics, and they could go towards kind of the doom and gloom type scenarios. Pegi&Don just make you feel good when you watch it, and it really brings back a lot of the joy that you feel when you start getting a little bit more prepared on things. So oftentimes at the end of the videos, they're proud of what they've made on the pantry that they have and the preparedness measures, and they're building up their generators and talking about food and the freezers that they have in the basement. And I think it's just helps bring in more people into the preparedness community. So without further ado, let's bring on the stream Pegi&Don from the Pegi&Don YouTube channel.
Hey, what's going on, Cam?
Yeah, so I'd like to officially welcome you to the preparedness community on behalf of all the preppers that I've met since being here. So,
all right, well, thank you very much, Cliff. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is super excited. I was originally, people kept saying, "Hey, have you checked out Pegi&Don? Have you checked out Pegi&Don?" I'm like, "Oh, I need to go check them out." So then I checked them out, and with almost instantly, I'm like, "I really like these these guys." Wow. I was just so inspired by the pantry that you've put in your basement, and especially the organization. It looks like we should have membership cards to go down to your basement to do a little shopping down there. So I thought maybe for the viewers that are unfamiliar with your channel, or first off, if you're not subscribed to Pegi&Don, go down in the description box. There's a link. Click that link and subscribe to their channel. They have awesome content over there. So subscribe to their channel, and also make sure that you go to their Instagram. Before we get started, let's just get that right out of the way. So go to their YouTube channel that you see here, subscribe, click the notification box, and also go to their Instagram and follow them over there too. So I have both links in the description of this video. And without further ado, I thought maybe we could kind of talk a little bit about your origin story, because you've been documenting your journey here on YouTube, and again, showing it in a very positive light. And it's been one of the silver linings, I think, in the preparedness community with everything that's gone on this year. So maybe we could just kind of talk about, your journey and how it all started.
Well, we started, Peggy came to me and said she wanted to start a channel. This was, I guess, around June. And we just want to have a channel about like our life and what we do together as a happily married couple. And then as things were going on, Peggy said, "You know what, Don, I think we might need to start preparing for emergencies. We need to start making some preparations." I thought things were fine, but I said, I agreed to it. And once we started, I started looking into it and started researching why people do what they do. And as a husband, as a father, I felt it was extremely important that I make sure I do everything I can to make sure my family is provided for. Mm-hmm. So we started getting more and more into it. Then the more we got into it and posted more information, other preppers were like, "Well, make sure you do this and make sure you do that, and you might want to look into this. And that little plastic shelf is not going to really work for what y'all plan on doing." Yeah. And we just constantly just taking it in, and everybody's just been so helpful, and we've learned so much. I thought I knew a lot when we started. I knew nothing. I was so far behind, and now it's like, I can't believe I wasn't doing this. I've gone hungry before. I've seen people rush to the stores when a hurricane or a winter storm is coming. I've seen this kind of stuff happen, but I never thought to set some stuff aside so I don't have to worry about that when the time comes. And Peggy started it, and now we work together as a team. Yeah. She does the shopping, the budgeting, the meal prep. I do the security, the streams, to make sure everything is protected. And we just work together as a team, and it's been going great.
Yeah, that was a great intro. Yeah, that was really good. I liked on the shelves, like how you reinforced the middle of the shelving, because you thought the weight was going to get to it a little bit. And Yeah, so there's all these little tricks that.
Somebody said you got steel shells, but that thin particle board might give in the middle because it's 4 feet wide instead of 3 feet. So you might have some sag there. So I said, okay, what am I going to do to try to ensure the sag there? And I came with a little 2x4 idea that a lot of people was like, that is going to work. And it really has. We have no sag and none of our steel shells right now.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any, and I've been binge watching you guys like it's been like you're on Netflix, and I'm just totally binge watching all your shows, and I love it. And I haven't noticed any sag in the pantries going on so far.
Keeping my pantry strong right now.
Yeah. So, and I think in the with preppers, oftentimes we kind of forget that most likely there's not going to. We might not have like an EMP or some big event, but someone could you go without a paycheck for a couple months, or those kind of emergencies are more common. And having those kind of it gives you peace of mind knowing that you have some of those food preps ready to go, so then you can focus on other things. So, what I really like is that how you guys are smiling in all the videos. This is fun, and at the end of the videos,
we get so many comments about that. Like, look at the smile. You never see preppers smile like that. We get so many comments about how much I smile, how much we smile at each other, and stuff like that. It's just we make each other laugh. And that's
you make it fun. Prepping is fun, and it feels good when you have these things put into place. Then for me, I get peace of mind, and then it's now on to the next thing, and now on to the next thing, and it never stops. But I've really enjoyed that part of it. Is that there's not enough prepper channels that are smiling during it. That's because there's some of the topics are scarier. But
yeah, it can be scary. We're not naive and stuff, but we limit it to the idea that. Like for civil unrest, we think about pockets of stupidity. Yes, you're going to have some people who are just going to try to do little stupid things. There's nothing you can do about that. That's been all throughout American history. We can't really prepare exactly for that, but we want to prepare for the most likely scenarios and just to make sure that we're prepared for stuff that would likely happen. Yeah. And keep a positive outlook about it. I go out to that pantry every once in a while, just sit there and stare at it like a TV. Yeah. It just feels good to know that stuff is there.
Yeah, there's one of the videos, I forget which one. At the end of it, you kind of look back and you're proud of what you've done, and it's and you should be.
It grew so fast. I was like, we gotta go. We didn't start out to do it at this rate, but it just kept growing. And the more our community reached out to us and they were asking us, did you do this? Do you have this? Do you have that? And I'm like, we have not even scratched the surface. No. So we just had to go for it. Like right now, I think that pantry is good for 3 months, but when we get our forever home, we're going to go to a year's pantry.
Yeah.
We're going to pick up canning.
We're going to pick up canning and stuff like that, dehydrating and stuff like that, because, the prepper community is so big on self-reliance and self-sufficiency and stuff like that. So we're really buying into that. Peggy even floated the idea of moving to a farm. We're not there yet.
It wasn't for the insects and the rodents.
Well, it's been amazing to watch the channel growth. I mean, because I've been doing this for about 10 years, and my channel's been a slow growth, but you guys have really taken off, and it's obvious that what you're doing is resonating with people. So I think focusing on the emergency food preps and doing it as a couple that obviously likes each other and is smiling and having fun doing it, I think it's just really infectious to people, and there's so many people that need to take that first step, and I think you guys are just doing a great job in helping encourage new people to get into the preparedness thing. So hopefully they'll be better off if any kind of emergency were to happen, if they needed to rely on those things. So
Peggy often gets questions like, okay, I don't have a basement. I don't have all that extra space like you guys have. What can I do? And what kind of advice do you give them? You say, get a little box or something.
Yeah, you cannot afford you can't afford not to prep. You just have to do it. I just tell people, take your coat closet, get storage bins, push them up under your bed, use your bathroom shelves, just wherever. You just have to do it. You have to.
Even if you give yourself a 2-week supply, that can get you through a power outage and a closure for a couple of weeks or something like that, or a storm coming like that. So gotta have something.
Yeah, totally.
Everybody relies on you. That's why I put in my little short video about my 3 reasons why I prep. It's just, if somebody depends on you for food and for nourishment and stuff like that, you got to do everything you can to make sure that you hold up to your end of the bargain. Yeah. I think that's your responsibility as a parent, your responsibility as a spouse, responsibility as a family member, and even as a member of the community. It's your responsibility where you don't become a leech on the rest of the community if all of a sudden everybody needs something.
Yeah, I think especially early on this year, where during COVID, a lot of people were not ready for even having the 2 weeks of food, and that's when all the panic buying happened. So I think you guys have been kind of disciples for getting started into prepping, and the more that we have people like you that are doing this, the less of a burden on the overall system and the just-in-time delivery for the grocery stores and stuff that it'll be for everyone. So you're by what you're doing is helping other people, although sometimes they don't think about it that way.
Yeah, that's how we started, though, because we were caught up with that first COVID wave. We could not find toilet paper.
Yes.
We could not find hand sanitizer. We could not find anything. And I'm like, I'm never going to put myself in that position again. And that's what really jump started it. I think it was in March, we were in Vegas on vacation.
Yeah.
And I called and I told Donald, I'm like, I think they're about to shut America down. I'm like, we don't have toilet paper. So I got on Amazon and ordered a big box of 50 toilet paper. And thank God I did that, because if I hadn't, we would be in so much trouble. We were so not prepared for this.
No.
And I'm like, I'll never let that happen to me again.
We are preppers. This is not something we're doing because it's an election year or COVID-19 or something. Prep, in fact, back in the 50s, 40s, everybody used to prep. Because it was important to make sure you had something set aside. And because all of a sudden all these grocery stores started popping up everywhere and 24-hour this and easy mail and that, people started getting a little lackadaisical about this stuff and started thinking it wasn't important. But you can't just depend on stuff like that to be available for you all the time. And so you're going to be prepping.
My grandparents, they like went through the Great Depression, and they kind of knew about what it was like to not know where the meals are going to come from, and they never wanted to be in that situation again. I think a lot of people now, due to what's going on here, are going to remember that years and decades, and they'll hopefully teach that to their descendants as well. And I really, the part, and I think I see people in the chat room commenting about it, as far as when people depend on you, like kids, and you have to kind of provide to them. That's what got me into prepping, was initially when we were getting married, but then when we had our first kid, this little child was dependent on us for everything, for food, for water, for shelter, and all of that. And then I had to go all in on it. So at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I'm gifting all of my grown children this year. They're all getting a starter. That's what I'm giving them. I'm like, don't ask for anything. You're getting
this is what you're getting.
You're getting rice and beans in Mylar bags.
They'll thank me later.
And I'm going to get you a bidet too, so you don't have to worry about the toilet paper anymore.
That would be funny.
I was there. I see all sorts of chats coming in the comment section. I want to make sure I get to some of those too. Everyone's saying hi, and obviously a lot of people that are friends of you are already dropping by to say hello. We'll try to get to a lot of these questions already. There's a whole bunch coming in there right now.
Okay.
I was hoping to talk a little bit about your first step, because there's some people that maybe they're not watching live, but they're watching maybe a year from now and they want to take their first step. Did you guys start off with, because the basement's, it's like, I love the concrete walls, and it's like, oh, this is the perfect basement to have the kind of basement pantry. Where did it start off as? Was it just unused space and you use it, or was it the old game room or man cave, or what? How did it start?
Well, it's an unfinished basement, but it's clean. We kept it clean. Peggy keeps everything clean. She don't like bugs. She don't like rodents and that kind of stuff. So she's serious about cleanliness. But we had a clean space that we just used for some storage for some old furniture and some Christmas decorations and that kind of thing. But we just decided to put a little plastic shelf, and Peggy said she wanted to dedicate $200 to getting us started.
Yeah,
we'll just build on that.
We started with we spend about $150 a week for groceries. So we started with that. We haven't shown our full basement. It's really huge down there. And there are already like some shelving already down there. So I just keep my decorations down there. That's the only thing you'll see down there. So on the other side of that wall is like a lot of shelving, and I keep all of my Christmas trees and stuff like that. So it was just an unused space. And so we went to Home Depot, and I was like, hey, look at those plastic shelving. They're only like $40. Let's just start with that. So that's what we started with. And it started to bow a little bit. And we had one of our subscribers say she heard a loud noise in her basement. And she went downstairs and all of her stuff had fallen through the little plastic.
Yeah.
So that made us upgrade.
We had to upgrade to the steel shells and everything. Yeah. And even then they said, yeah, the steel shells are great, but you got to brace that too. So I'm so happy that the prepper community really tries to help each other. I think some people have been ostracized and made to feel like they're kooks or something for going through all these steps in America. What can happen in America? But when they see other people who are like them doing the same things they want to do, they want to help and they want to share the information. And it's like it's so heartwarming sometimes with the thing we get and everything. So I just love it.
Yeah, I think the preparedness community, we've at least myself and I think others before we've been prepping before prepping was cool. Like in 2020, prepping's kind of cool now because of everything that's gone on. And when you're doing stuff before it's cool, you get teased and made fun of about it. And so it's good to have people that you can bounce around ideas and collaborate with and and help improve your all systems, because we're all kind of like-minded as far as wanting to be a little bit more self-reliant and self-sufficient in times of need. And I wish that the whole prepper stigma would go away from that. It's kind of something that only crazy people do.
It used to bother us, but it doesn't anymore. So when we did our very first video, it was just, I can't describe the feeling that we had. Like that first video we had where Donald and my grandson went and put up the shelving and we put the food and stuff on there. Yeah. We were out of town and our numbers just kept growing. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, what happened? And so I was like, okay, people like that, so let's keep doing it, you know. But we wanted to do it too because our first haul was maybe $250 total. And we really didn't have anything. I mean, you think about it, like when I was telling everybody, I'm like, look at this. This is $250+ and we don't have anything. And so every week I would just get more and more and more. I had paid off a credit card, but it's not paid off anymore. Because I needed to prep. And I'm like, now I can focus on getting that back together. But it was just important to me. The more, the more stuff we bought, the more I needed. And the more our people, the people in our community would say, make sure you have this and that, and make sure you have this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't keep up. We got it.
Yeah, prepping is definitely a vast topic where you could really go down to first aid stuff. You could get super tactical. You could get into communications and ham radios and stuff. But I think the one thing that we all have in common is that we all need to eat food. And so what you're doing and with the whole pantry preps that should ring a bell with everyone, I think.
Yeah, we also have we have the toilet paper, the paper towels, and the non-electric food preparation, because what good is food if power goes out? You can't cook the food. Yeah. Now you got non-electric food preparation and stuff like that. So we have 3 means of cooking food if power goes out. And so I feel like we're covered on that kind of stuff with both the emergency supplies and protection and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I saw that you have the Coleman butane stove in the pantry, which we have that as well. And those ones, even if you don't end up using it for emergency, you could go camping and have fun with family, and it's put to good use.
Nothing goes to waste. The stuff that we have is usable. Yeah. Whether there's a need for it or not, we're going to eat the food. We can always use the stove for camping. We're going to use the toilet paper and the paper towels. So if you're going to buy the stuff anyway, why not go ahead and get it now? The way you're prepared to not have to worry about going every week or going every other day or something like that. So make sure you have that's one of the really big reasons why it just makes sense to prep.
Yeah, totally. I was kind of curious on your video. You kind of talk about you have a system for your organization, and I think you mentioned that it's kind of, when you look at your pantry downstairs, it kind of looks like a Walgreens or Bartell's store with how it's organized. But you said every shelf is like an aisle at a store. Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about that, on how you kind of went about the design of it? Because I think that's super fascinating.
I can close my eyes right now and tell you what I have on my shelves. On the bottom left hand, I had dry goods. On the second shelf, I have canned goods. On the third shelf, I have canned meats. On the fourth shelf, I have my pastas and my side dishes. Bottom right, my waters, my other drinks. I can go on and on because I look at that, and that is my job to make sure that is stocked. Peggy does everything. All I got to do is make sure it stays there, make sure the Best Buy dates don't come up. make sure I rotate stuff whenever we get new things in, make sure the new stuff go to the back and the old stuff come to the front, and just keep doing that. My job is easy compared to what Peggy does. She cooks every meal. She does all the shopping. She does the entire budget. I just keep the pantry good and edit the videos and stop. So I can tell you everything about that pantry because that's my only job. I'm not going to let my family and I'm not going to let Peggy down because she will kill me.
Yeah. People I see everyone in the chat room. They're talking, and these people they definitely do have good vibes. You're right, Electra Snow.
Thank you.
It's just really cool to see like a couple that's like in it together. I've noticed right off the bat, your video quality and thumbnails and everything is like really, really polished compared to a lot of times when people start off. It's not to that level. Do you do anything before becoming YouTube instant celebrities on doing all the production stuff? I was curious on that.
Actually, I dabbled in graphic design and photography. So I got a nice camera, but I haven't gotten any photography jobs. But when Peggy said she wanted to start a YouTube channel, I was like, hey, I got tripods, I got lights, I got camera. Let's go ahead and start shooting some of this stuff. Now, for our grocery shopping and stuff, we use a cell phone video, but the cell phone quality today is pretty good. Yeah. And I use real editing programs like DaVinci Resolve and Photoshop for my thumbnails. So because of my little graphic design and photography background, it really helped us a lot to make it look a little bit more professional when we got from day one, really.
Yeah, it looks super polished, and I think that really helped. I imagine that helped you just how fast the channel's grown, because you've been doing this for less than half a year, it seems like, and it's just 11,000 subscribers now.
Yes, it's been 5 months as of yesterday.
Yeah, and
11.3.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, but by the way, if you're just tuning into this live stream and you haven't already subscribed to Pegi and Don, what are you waiting for? Go over there really quick. Here's what it looks like. I'm already subscribed. Look, I need to get the notifications. There we go.
Yeah, come on, Cliff.
Oh, sorry. Now I've done it. You can do it too. That's how easy it is to subscribe to them, and then you're going to see all of their videos. And we look over here. We have the reasons to prep. You guys have been doing a lot. Now I'm starting to see. It started off with the pantry, and now I'm seeing stuff on generators and all sorts of things. So.
Oh yeah,
it's just going from there.
Because Peggy is such a professional homemaker, her cooking.
Stop.
That's why I smile. And that's why I'm not skinny either. That's why I'm not skinny. But Peggy is such a good cook, and every once in a while she says, she shows a grocery and says, I use this when I make my peach cobbler. And then somebody put in the comments, give us the peach cobbler recipe, Peggy. And so she does that. And then she says, well, I use these for my apple pie for Donald. I use these for my breakfast potatoes and stuff. And every time she mentions what she does it, somebody's going to say, hey, we need that recipe. And so now we've added recipes to our channel, and the recipes and stuff that goes from our pantry.
Yes, he started off with pantry and moving on to recipes, going to generators, prepping philosophy. Next thing we know, doing interviews now.
All things prepping. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. So I see over here, this is from Shara says, Peg and Don help my boyfriend see the light about prepping. Thank you. So that's
thank you very much, Shara Lachelle.
And what my wife is actually watching this now in real time. She doesn't always watch the live streams in real time, but she saw your first video, just the first one that we watched, and I really like them. I want to watch them, and she's been telling all of her family and friends about it. So it's it's obvious the way you're doing is again it's resonating with people. So this is cool. So many cool stuff coming in. Welcome everyone to the live stream. We're talking with Pegi and Don. They have an awesome YouTube channel. They're new into the preparedness communities, but already doing awesome work at a very high caliber level. So one of the questions I had, and I know that you've answered it before, but I thought for the audience here, when you're looking, you can even see it kind of in the background here. Those you have these bins at the bottom that are like the pinto bean and the rice, and they're kind of unique. Most preppers have like the 5-gallon bins and stuff. I was kind of curious a little bit about those and what those are.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Those are food grade buckets that we got from the Walmart bakery. So the Walmart bakery has these buckets that frosting come in. So if you're going to store food, you want to make sure your storage containers are food grade. And sometimes they just throw them away. And so a lot of Walmarts will sell you the bucket for $1. Sometimes it's $2, but mostly for $1. And once we did that, we put a Mylar. Well, we got to freeze our dry goods. We got a whole video about making sure you store your rice, flour, sugar, and stuff. Freeze, maybe put a bay leaf in there, even put it inside of a Mylar bag, then put it in there. And then once we did that, we wanted to keep track of what it was. So Peggy took the label from whatever package it came in, stuck it on the front with a piece of tape, and then cut out the Best By date and stuck it to the top. So she was able to, we can keep track of the Best By. We used to call it expiration dates, but they killed us for that. It was like, no, that's just a Best By date. Don't throw it away after that. But now we keep track of our food and stuff, and it's just everybody who sees it like, wait a minute, where did you buy those? They think it's like legit a real thing, but no, Peggy just took her time to make sure she labeled it with what's inside of it.
Yeah, it caught my eye, and I know that you've already answered it on your channel. It looks like I'm getting heckled already by ATF. They're more entertaining than you. Time to step it up, Urban Preppers. that's a good friend of mine.
It's because at the time they didn't have any of the 5-gallon buckets, so we had to take what they had.
Yeah.
So we do have 5-gallon buckets in the basement, but we're just going to keep those to take with us when we move.
Exactly.
Cool. Here's a question from Denise. This is what is your favorite recipe using just dry goods, the non-refrigerated or frozen? Do you have one?
Non-refrigerated or frozen with just the dry goods. So that's rice, sugar, flour, and beans. Oh, the beans. Now Peggy will make a big pot of beans, not with just a piece of frozen salt pork or whatever else it is, a salted piece of meat or a salted bird.
Well, she said non-refrigerated.
Oh, non-refrigerated or frozen. Okay.
So, but you could still do that though. Like you could do, I do a pot of beans and make hot water cornbread. Like that's a meal. Or you could do mackerel with rice and cornbread. You know what I'm saying? Like macaroni and cheese, stuff like that. So, my mom had to raise 9 kids, so we ate things that we call struggle meals, and those were meals that stretched to feed the family. So we always ate a lot of breads, and beans. We were raised on rice, beans, potatoes, and breads. That's what, because she had 9 kids and she was by herself. So if we had meat, that was a good week, coming up. So I'm used to eating just beans and hot water cornbread. To me, that's a meal.
Yeah. On my father's side, I'm half Puerto Rican and my mom's Swedish. But on the Puerto Rican side, we were always having rice and beans, and we arroz con gandules and stuff. And for us, that was a meal as well. And I know that some of the meats are harder to do when they're non-refrigerated. Denise is actually coming on the live stream on Thursday. We're going to be talking all about pressurized canned meat, which would be a fun one. And that's something that I need to get better at with our preps. And my wife's kind of our expert canner right now, but I need to improve my game. So that should be a fun one. I see.
Get into that.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Thanks for everyone on the super chats over here. We have one from says who you. This is I've been watching Cliff for years. Every PDF started watching Peggy and Don when they posted their first video. This is fantastic to see the prepper confluence happening. Thanks to you all. And then we also have Canadian Prepper is here, which huge YouTube channel, prepper channel with over 450,000 subscribers now. 6 months. It took me 2 years to get to that many subs. So let me see if I can get that post up here. So, but so that's cool. Thank you so much, Canadian Prepper, for dropping by. So, one of the things I was wanted to ask you about was like, what's next in the life of you guys have been moving towards. The pantry's looking pretty solid, I think, and I think it's just going to keep getting better and better. You're doing recipes, and you're doing some of the generator and stuff. What do you kind of see for the next? I saw on. Don was saying, "Hey, we're not done yet. We got a lot to do." And what's coming up next?
Well, we want to expand the pantry, and we want to get into canning, and we want to get into growing herbs. We're just going to start on a small level, not anything big. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to do the herbs, and we want to do canning. We want to get into the meats and stuff like that. We just want to build our pantry up to a year, you know what I'm saying? And then we want to make sure we're doing everything the right way.
Yeah.
And so when we get information, that's what we're really big on. If we find something, if I find a really good deal, I try to pass it on so that everybody else can get that same deal.
That's the big thing, the grocery hauls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People really respond to the grocery haul. We try to see what can you find at Costco? What can you find at Sam? What can you find at Walmart? What can you find online?
Yeah.
Peggy does some online shopping, which is going to be a big deal, I think, in 2021. And if you got to be able to adapt to the situation and stuff. And so Peggy shares what she learned, what you can find the good, help each other find the good deals and stuff like that to keep our pantry topped off to where we never get it down to a scary level.
And then, like, if we find little gadgets, like I found the what do you call it, meat?
The vacuum seal.
The vacuum seal.
People were paying way for the vacuum seal. We found one for $30-something that worked great.
So when I find stuff like that, I like to pass it on. Like anything I learn, I like to pass on immediately. And if I tell somebody something that's incorrect and they correct me and I go back and make sure, then I'll come back and make the correction. Because we have to be responsible with the information that we're putting out. So if somebody corrects us, we'll come back and say, I'm sorry, that was not the right way to do it. This is what we should be doing. Stuff like that. Yeah. So when you ask us where we're going, we don't know. We don't know.
It's the journey.
We're not going anywhere. We're
just going with the flow, like wherever it takes us,
And I think that's an important part on prepping is going where, you're going to be going down, floating like the feather, like on Forrest Gump, where you just kind of go with the wind. And sometimes you never know where it goes. And I've been really fortunate that my journey has taken me to meet you and to meet this and to see the stuff that you're doing. And it's, again, it's super inspirational. Again, if you're just tuning into this live stream or watching this now, make sure that you subscribe to Pegi and Don. We've said it multiple times. I'm going to say it again. I forgot to have my notification button clicked, but we got that resolved on this live stream too. So make sure you subscribe to their channel. Their channel's been growing super fast over a period of 5 months. It took me probably 2 years to get to 11,000 subscribers. So obviously what they're doing is impacting people. And I've been doing some of like the grocery haul type videos, and I think that those do resonate with more people because people could relate. That's a first step that I think it's tangible versus, oftentimes I put together these fancy kits and maybe a certain percentage of my subscribers watch it. And then you just go to Costco, film it. People love it. So I think that what you're doing definitely resonates.
Yeah. Now this is our third attempt at starting a channel because we tried to do a travel channel and it just did not catch on. No. And then I was like, okay, I'll just do cleaning and stuff like that. That didn't catch on. And I was like, we have to do something. So by the grace of God, this one stuck with us and we appreciate it. We love our subscribers. I think we have gained a really great following of people. They're really nice. We love all of our subscribers. We really do.
Well, they've been. Seems like they're in the chat room and they're all super nice. So I like your subscribers too. They're super friendly and positive.
You know what? While you're here, guys, if you're a Pegi and Don subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to the Urban Prepper. This is a guy who keeps it very positive. He is not all about the doom and gloom and everything like that. This is a nice, very nice channel, a very nice guy. Subscribe to the Urban Prepper.
Hey, thank you. And click the notification button.
Notification bell.
If you like this video, also make sure you smash that like button too. I see a comment over here from Tim. This is what items should a couple purchase if they're just starting out?
So I'll tell you what I started with because I did not have a lot of money when we first started. So what I did was you start with, well, my mindset was we have to eat, right? So I was like, you have to get foods that you will eat. There's no such thing as buying stuff just because it's on sale. If you don't eat it, please do not buy it. You're wasting your money. So what I did, I started off with what my kids liked. So they eat ramen noodles all the time. I went and got 20 boxes of ramen noodles. I went to Walmart in their bulk section and I got like the huge cans of chili. You can get the family cans of chili for less than $5. Stuff like that. Spaghetti is very easy and cheap to make. You get your noodles, spaghetti sauces, stuff like that. That's what I started with, the basics, the things that I know my family likes. And that's what I would suggest anybody do. I didn't start with meats, but I started with, just filling things that will fill us if we got hungry. That's how I started. And then I started adding my meat.
Yeah. A lot of people would tell you to go get a bunch of cans of Spam or something. If you don't eat Spam, everybody loves Spam, but if you don't eat Spam, don't go buy the Spam. And then you got to keep in mind there's other things. After you've got that base started and you're building your base up, it's okay to go grab some graham crackers and Cheez-Its. It's okay, like you had, if you have wine, that kind of stuff. But when you're first starting out, make sure you get that strong base going to where you have at least start with 2-week goal, then maybe a 1-month goal, then maybe a 2 or 3 month goal. Then you can start getting the other more frivolous items. And that's how it was for us. We got our rice, we got our flour, we got our pastas, we got our beans, we got stuff like that first. And then we started, hey, well, you know what? Now we got a little space. Let's go ahead and add some Cheez-Its and let's go add the emergency cookies and stuff like that.
Well, I think those are all good for, especially if you have kids too, those morale items. I don't think it's a bad idea to have candy bars and junk food in there because it helps boost the yes, if you're in a real bad situation, having a Snickers bar might be, put a smile to your face by the end of the day. So, if you
ever had a shelter place, like I compare it to when I was deployed. A lot of our viewers know I was in the Army for 25 years and retired. Throughout our deployments, the mindset is you want to try to keep your morale up, which is very important. So I thought about what we get in care packages. We always wanted baby wipes. We always wanted Visine. We always wanted some candy bars. We always wanted some peanuts and maybe some fruit cocktail in a can. And these are the kind of things that we ask for in care packages. And it seems to be the same kind of things you would like to have in your pantry. We wanted Vaseline for our lips and for cuts. We wanted super glue for cuts and stuff like that. I wanted box raisins because they lasted a long time and I can just eat it on the go and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff that you had that we asked for in care packages kind of carries over to the pantry.
Man, that's awesome. That should be a video. You have a video of that on your channel? Because if not, that needs to come out soon.
Think of stuff to get. And so I guess I could talk about the deployments, because deployments, the morale is what you really got to work on. If you ever had, I know that if we have to shelter in place for a long period of time, it's gonna be up to me to try to keep everybody's morale up, keep the spirits up, look at the positive side and stuff like that. Let's spend some time together. Let's play some games. We had a little play some games video we did. Let's play some games, talk. What's going on in your head? How you feeling today and stuff like that. You got to do the kind of thing to keep your morale up, because when you're isolated, isolation starts to play with you a little bit. That's how the deployments were. We was married. A year later, less than a year later, I was gone for 15 months.
6 months.
Wow.
6 months after we got married, I got deployed for 15 months to Iraq. And so she was by herself and stuff like that. And I was asking her for stuff, and she would buy me stuff and run straight to the post office. And I would be so shocked, because I would ask for something and I would get it in like 10 days, and the other guys would get it like a month later. I said, "That my wife put like 90 stamps on it or whatever else it is," and she goes right to the post office as soon as I ask for it. And so she would like start collecting, I'll get it tomorrow and stuff. She hang up the phone and go to the store. So she's always been supportive of me, and then I feel blessed.
That's awesome. So I can't wait to watch the video on morale items based off of stuff from deployment. That's coming soon to Pegi&Don channel near you. So
soon to Pegi&Don channel. I'm working on it now.
I see. I have a backlog again of questions. So how about we do some rapid fire Q&A with the questions? Okay. I'm just going to start clicking comments and we'll go through them rapid fire. So all right, time of the live stream, rapid fire with Pegi&Don. Here we go. So we got Rosie here. How soon do you guys plan on moving to your forever home?
We keep talking about our forever home. We're here for a short period of time. Our original goal was to stay here for a couple of years until we found a home. Now we're trying to decide, but we plan on buying a forever home around May of next year.
Yeah.
Great. Right, there we go. There we go. We have this is Rosie. How long have you guys been married?
It will be 14 years next month.
Next month.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Are Pegi&Don and Peggy staying in St. Louis, Missouri, or moving out of state to their forever home?
There's a house that Peggy really likes. There's an area Peggy really likes here. If I could pull that off, we might be staying in the St. Louis, Missouri area, but we also love Savannah. We love to travel, and Savannah is best for travel. So we don't know. We probably won't even know till a month before that, or 2 months before that time frame comes up.
So it'll either be here or Savannah. Those are our only two choices right now.
Yeah. This one's from Michelle. This is should you freeze flour first? I haven't heard of people freezing flour.
So the FDA allows a certain percentage, parts per million of microbes in your flour and other dry goods. So a lot of times when you just pour your flour into a food safe container, you may come back a month later and see some stuff crawling around in there. If you freeze it for about 48 hours, it kills that stuff. Then you allow it to thaw out, and then you put it in. It's a little bit more time, but I'm not saying it's going to automatically happen, but taking those extra steps can prevent you from losing some of that very valuable dry goods like flour.
Cool.
You might have said it, but I don't automatically believe it. Yeah, I looked it up. It does happen.
Yeah, we have a decent amount of flour, but I also store the wheat kernels and be able to make your own flour because those last a little longer in the Mylar bags.
Bay leaf in there too. Some people don't really believe in it, but throw a few bay leaves in there. You know, the Heart throws bay leaves in hers, and we love her, so we own the bay leaf.
I'm not sure if you know this. This is Chris. This is Alton Braun's Apocalypse Sourdough Starter. I don't know anything about the sourdough starter.
I know who Alton Brown is.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, but the Apocalypse Sourdough Starter. Everybody's making sourdough bread now, so hey, I'm going to look into see what that is.
This is from our Brass. This is where do you guys like to stock up your pantry? I imagine where you go to. I know you go to Costco and other places.
But
yeah, we just got Sam's. We hit Costco, so we go to Sam's, Costco, and we go over to the military base too. We're like 45 minutes to an hour away from Scott Air Force Base, so we'll go there sometimes too because they really have great deals on meat and stuff like that. But for the most part, we just go to Costco. Snooks is a popular chain here.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not going to Walmart,
yeah, I got a turkey from the commissary for less than $5, didn't I? I was so proud about that. I was like, Peggy, look what I found. So, but we didn't want to take all the turkeys and stuff. But I was like, somebody was $4 turkeys and like grab 5 of them. We're not gonna eat 5 turkeys. Let everybody else be blessed. I turkey and told everybody about it. But I was just so excited because I don't always go in with Peggy for the grocery shopping, but I've been doing it lately. And I was just so happy that I was able to help him find something.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you guys on the news. A couple panic buying the turkeys at the found a killer sale.
No, not us.
No, we're not hoarders. We're not hoarders.
This is from Chris.
We get those emails. Like we get those emails.
Yeah.
You guys are part of the problem. You're hoarding. You're this, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I think that's common for all preppers. No one would ever say. No one says that about someone that saves money in the bank. Like, hey, you're hoarding your money. You should be giving it to. No one ever says that. So I don't. Yeah. So this is from Chris. Are whole spices worthwhile for a prepper's pantry? What tools do you need in order to use whole spices in cooking? I know that you guys probably have a spice shelf in the pantry, right?
We do. But
we don't use the processed spice. We use when we use the processed spices, we don't really use the whole spices and stuff like that.
See, when we get questions like this, we go to our subscriber family and we will ask, and then they will give us the information, and then we'll verify it, and then we'll put it out on our page.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm lost on this.
Here's maybe a tie-in to this one. This is from Kelpie Ventures. This is, what are the top 3 spices or condiments you would never want to run out of besides salt, pepper, mayo, and mustard?
Hot sauce is one because I love spice. Or Cajun pepper. I'm a spicy girl, so I like spices. But I also love onion powder, garlic powder. I love bouillon cubes. Like, you need things that's going to make your food savory and flavorful. Because if you're going to eat it, it might as well be good.
That's the thing. Yeah. We had the great sage incident a few years back when we didn't have sage on Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. We sent out the emergency call to make sure we had a bottle of sage in the house.
The great sage incident of 2017. It's a
great sage incident of 2017.
Cancel Thanksgiving.
That's
Yeah.
that's funny. People are saying what spices they like. A lot of people are talking about garlic and onions. I just did a spice video a few weeks back because I wanted to improve our spice collection a little bit. So
Yeah.
well, that's awesome. Yeah. So again, that was rapid fire Q&A with Peggy and Don. Again, if you're just tuning in now, go over to their channel really quick. Here it is, right there. Tons of videos. They've been doing this for just slightly under 5 months, I think, and already up to over 11,000 subscribers. The videos are just awesome. The production quality is really good. And as you could tell from what I'm seeing here in the chat room, especially they're awesome people that make you smile, that encourage new people to get into prepping. It makes me want to. My wife was heckling me, say, "Hey, you got to get our pantry looking better." It's Peggy and Don are killing you on the pantry.
I'm telling you right now, that is true. I've noticed that the parts of our video where the pantry makes an appearance, if you go look at the analytics, it's a big spike. Everybody just want to look at the pantry. I wonder if I can just set a camera down there and just leave a live stream
Yeah,
from
you have
of the pantry and see how long people are willing to watch that video.
No, nobody's gonna do that.
Yeah, I think you just have a 24-hour cam on the pantry. We'll just watch it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so
We've also had to tackle like uncomfortable topics on our page as well, like going to the gun range because people are worried about our safety. For some reason. We get more emails about stop showing what you have in your pantry. And I'm like, if I don't show people, how will they know? Like, I got information from other people, so why would I keep it to myself and not share? You know what I'm saying? So I went to the gun. I'm afraid of guns, or I was afraid of guns, but with the way things are right now, I had to put that to the side, you know. So you have to be prepared because I want to be able to protect my family if Donald's not available. You know what I'm saying? So we had to make a video of that. You know, it's uncomfortable.
I knew it was going to get
it was very
more negative reaction than we normally get, but it was. I try to make sure I stress that it was a personal choice. There are plenty of non-lethal ways to try to protect your stuff, but I made the personal choice that I was going to have a more direct means of protecting it. So I'm not like a gun nut or anything like that, but I believe in protecting my family and what we've been able to do.
I think it's just sensible. You know, we don't push it on anybody. I showed you what I did. I need to be more familiar with what we have in the house. If time come, I need to be able to use lock, load, whatever I need to do. I need to know how to do that. So now I do. We can skip over that and get back to the pleasantries.
Exactly.
Yeah, I noticed in the background you have a target back there. I was curious on more information on that target that we see over there.
That's the 25-yard target that we did that day with Peggy. I was doing pretty good. My first time firing this new weapon that I had, and I was doing pretty good. So I decided to keep it. I should have kept Peggy's, but I know Peggy's is in the basement.
That's not mine.
No, that's mine. Yours in the basement. You didn't want to hang yours. This is my room.
Oh.
You hang yours in your room.
Oh, I thought I did better than I did.
No, baby.
Yeah, good shot.
those are my shots, baby.
Yeah, because most of my shots went to the white area.
Yeah, that's more of a deterrent for the person.
Man, I thought every time I come in a room, I look at that and I'm like, wow, I'm awesome. And now he took it away.
Whoops.
So this is the man cave that we're looking at here. Is this Don? Is this your room?
This is where I edit my videos. This is where I do my Photoshop and I check analytics and I respond to a lot of comments and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the man cave. I can just sit in here with no TV on or anything and just listen to music and relax. So yeah,
and I saw that you have the Incredible Hulk poster back there. So I was thinking it was, but I didn't want to assume that.
I always go to the Incredible Hulk about my statues and figurines and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a little bit of a nerd.
Yeah. So are you guys going to be? Yeah, I like my comics and nerdy stuff too. I think a lot of preppers are deep down nerds, and so that goes with the territory. But that's why we're so cool. So. So you guys were again. We've been talking for this time's been flying by so fast. We're talking with Pegi and Don from the Pegi and Don's YouTube channel. Awesome couple, getting into the game now. Just all of a sudden making a huge splash in the community. So I know that you recently talked about your freezers. You have a couple freezers there. I was wondering if we could kind of talk a little bit about your strategy and approach for the freezer preps that you have. And I imagine that's where the generator ties in as well.
Okay, exactly. So I made sure I got it generated. I found out how much power the generators need. They need 1,000, but my generator one needs 1,000 to start. The other one needs 1,200 to start. But then it goes to about 200 and 250 watts to run after that. And you only need to run it for a couple hours a day. Honestly, as long as you keep the freezers cold. So I made sure I inform our viewers about the remote thermostat on the inside. That's one of the strategies. Another strategy is if you're going to store meat in there, don't just buy the packages from the store and put it in there. You got to make sure that the meat is prepared to be in there for a long time. We vacuum seal, but you might just want to put it in a Ziploc bag and suck the air out.
It has to be a freezer bag.
Yeah, or sometimes you buy the packages already freezer safe. So, just got to look into that because even though freezer burn food is safe according to the FDA, it is not preferred. That's something I made a point about that when we talk about it. So, you got to make sure you take the steps. Pegi made that freezer look so beautiful. I opened up the other day, and it just so happened that everything was dressed right, dressed. That's a military term. But everything was dressed right, dressed, and even and everything like that. Yeah. She had the meats over here, the veggies over here. I'm like, I didn't even see her do it, but that's probably my job. But she went ahead and knocked that out.
Well, everybody kept telling us that we needed one, and at the time, I couldn't find one.
Yeah.
And so I was at Walmart one day and I walked by and I saw one and I called him on the phone and I'm like, I'm going to stand here in front of this because I couldn't lift it. I'm going to stand here in front of this until you get here. I need you to bring the truck and come get this freezer for me. So he got it for me. And I thought that was a blessing to just walk by it and see it. I think we paid, what is it, like a 7?
Okay, we got a 5 cubic foot and a 7 cubic foot.
Okay, so there was the 5 cubic foot that we got from Walmart.
Yeah.
And then we happened to go to Lowe's. Was that Home Depot?
Home Depot.
I always say Lowe's. But we went to Home Depot and we went there for the purpose.
To see if they might have another freezer because we filled that 5 cubic foot in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we were just like, okay, I guess we did need. I wish we had got an upright, but we're able to keep those 2 freezers organized enough the way we know what we have inside of them and stuff like that. And it might be a little harder to rotate. If you're using a freezer, you got to start planning your meals because you got to take it out the night before. You got you got to take it out at least the night before or something like that. If you're going to have it in the morning or the day before. So it makes us prep a little bit more, but hey, it's still a blessing. And we got to generate it now to make sure it stays that way no matter how long the power may be out if we ever face a power outage.
Yeah. And that was one of the reasons that I wanted to get into some of the meat canning stuff is that if there was a power outage and let's say the generator's not working or you run out of gas or what, you could always pressurize can those meats and have them last a little longer too. One of the things I know that we've been going for a little bit here. I don't want to take, and I think you're 2 hours behind me, but in 2021, should we expect the Pegi and Don merchandise to start coming out soon? I see that. I think the dress right dress. I think that's a good T-shirt. I'd wear it on the channel.
Dress right dress. All my canned goods are turned facing the front. Dress right dress. Anyway, 2021 merch. If somebody be interested in it, we're not against merchandising and stuff like that. We're still we're surprised every day that more and more people are wanting to watch us and stuff like that, and we just feel very blessed. And if we try to put something out there and see how well it does, and if it does, hey, let's get some more Pegi and Pegi.
Let us know in the comment section in the chat room. Do you want to see some Pegi and Don merch come out in 2021? I certainly would. I'd wear the T-shirt or a hat or whatever else you're doing. So let us know over there. I think people would want, Pegi and Don aprons. I like that. That'd be cool.
We had Pegi and Don aprons.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, other people are saying that. So cool. Yeah. So let's see what I'm trying to get to all the comments. Again, you're the people that you brought over from your channel. They're all super friendly, which is really good to see. And I like you're building up a positive community here in the prepper world.
You know what? That's something that we have noticed. We watch other live chats and stuff where there's some anger and there's some stuff like that. I promise you that 99.99% of our comments have been positive. And it's like, I love these people. I don't know what it is.
We do.
Every once in a while, I'll wake Peggy up or something like that. If I got up early in the morning or something, I say, babe, check out this. Look what they said last night. That kind of stuff. It's just, wow, look at all the merch requests.
Yeah, we're getting merch requests coming in.
Yeah, we have a great family of people. They're just like family to us. We love them so much. They are so inspiring to us.
Yeah.
And it just makes us want to do more and more. We started the channel for selfish reasons, but now it's just like
yeah.
we actually love it. Like I really do. Like,
yeah,
I want to just keep going with it and see where it takes us.
Well, I can't imagine. I mean, a year from now, on where the channel's going to be, and the community that you've continued to kind of build up, and the people that you're going to inspire all across the world from the stuff that you're doing. So it's really making a difference, and I think it's awesome that you've documented your journey here on YouTube, and you'll be able to look back at it a year or 10 years from now and see where you've come from and where you're at now. And that's been one of the real blessings on my channel, that I get to even see my kids kind of growing up, because I've documented them on the channel and they've been a part of my prepping journey. And again, I think we need more preppers like Pegi and Don, spreading the love and being super cool and smiling in all the videos and having a good time doing it. So it's really great. So if people are having a good time here, I know that so if I wasn't able to get to any of your messages in the chat room, if you want to leave a comment in the comment section, we'll try to answer anything that we can over there. What do we have next coming up on? Can you give us a sneak peek on maybe what the next video is going to be on the channel?
Well, I'm working on a non-food, some non-food items for my pantry. You know, we have a lot of things down there, our medicines and stuff like that. And I found a couple gadgets that are really cool. I don't want to give any spoilers about it, but there's 2 gadgets under $20 that I think every person who watches that video is going to order it. It is, it's nice. It is really, really nice. So yeah, we're working on that. Then there's going to be a few other things. Then, pick out the recipes and a couple hauls to keep everything topped off. But right now, Missouri's on lockdown, so we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It started today.
Yeah, our lockdown started today. So we are pantry reliant.
Yeah.
But we can still top it off every once in a while with some online shopping and stuff like that. But we're not gonna go out there with everybody going through a little panic mode. Let them get what they can, because they might not be in the position that we're in. Let them do that.
A lot of our subscribers want a full walkthrough of the pantry, so I think we're going to do that next week. Just give a full on of everything that we have. Yeah. So I think we're going to do that next week.
Yeah,
people ask for people. Peggy alludes to her Christmas decorating all the time. We're going to show it. We're going to show a little bit of lifestyle stuff that's not really pantry related. Just a little stuff like the cooking and the decorating and the cleaning and the how Peggy gets rid of all the germs. And I know it's not possible, but she really tried to scrub it from top to bottom and stuff. Mm-hmm. She's a dynamo with it and everything. So stuff like that is still going to be included. Interacting with family, interacting with each other, talking with itself, card chats, that kind of thing. So
yeah, it's amazing looking at the channel. When you started off, I'm looking 5 months ago, 722 views, 230 views, 183 views, and then 60,000 views all of a sudden, and then 23,000 views.
That's a video, yeah.
49,000 views. So I think you're a great inspiration too for anyone that's looking at starting a preparedness channel and wants to do it kind of like how Pegi and Don's doing it in a positive nature. I mean, it just kind of shows what the kind of impact that you can have. The first step is just getting the camera out there and just doing it and trying to do it to the best of your abilities. And there's going to be people that it's probably going to resonate with, and it's obvious that it's resonating with you. I saw someone in the chat room says by the end of 2021 it's going to hit 1 million subscribers. So I think that's there we go, 1 million subscribers by end of 2021. So if you guys make it to 1 million, if you make it to 1 million, can I come on as a guest interviewer?
Okay.
Well, cool.
But we some really sweet people to reach out to us. It's just by the grace of God. I'm telling you, you have to give God all the glory for this, because it was not our doing. Like that video we made, we weren't even intending on making that video, and we did it. And I was just like, wow. I was like, well, what about that video made people want to subscribe? I don't know, but I'm glad they did, and I hope they stick around and bring more friends.
I have a feeling that they're definitely going to be sticking around over here. So, everyone, we've been talking with Peggy and Don from the Peggy and Don's YouTube channel. Make sure you go. I have their Instagram link is also available in the description box, where they're documenting some of the stuff over there, which is really cool. It looks like there's a 55th birthday recently. So make sure you follow them on Instagram. Are you guys looking at expanding your territory to Twitter and Facebook and all that too? Or?
You know what? No, I have a Twitter account, but I think we're just gonna stick with that for right now.
Yeah,
we may you just never know. We may.
All right, stay tuned for. You never know when the next merchandise is coming out or the next social media platform. But I'm super excited for everything that you're doing. And I had one last question, and I think we have one of our primary moderator has been monitoring the chat room, although I don't think he's had to do much because everyone's been so friendly here. Let me bring on Bernie really quick. Bernie's been moderating the entire chat room this whole time. He's in his car. He didn't want to miss this one. Bernie, meet Peggy and Don.
Nice to meet you.
Let's see. Don't think we could hear you, Bernie. Yeah, so I'll bring Bernie on in a second. Yeah, we can't hear you. Okay, there we go. We'll get that worked out. I had a question really quick before wrapping this one up. Is one of the things that I've really liked on your videos is that you've integrated music into a lot of the videos, which is something that a lot of prepping channels, I feel, they don't do that as much, or if they do, it's like dramatic, scary music and that kind of. And you guys play music that you kind of want to dance to a little bit. It's good music that you'd bump in the car or something. I was kind of curious on do you guys have music backgrounds, or where does that element come into, or just a little bit about that part?
Well, we have me and Peggy, we used to get up in the morning, have our coffee, she's making breakfast, and we'll play music. Don't turn the TV on, don't watch the news, don't read the news, turn on some music. We play some Isley Brothers or some Al Jarreau and that kind of stuff, that little easy listening soulful sound. Yes. I used to play a little bit more fast song, but she said, nope, too early for that. So we start playing a little more easy, upgoing song, and it kind of relaxes us. And so that's the kind of feel we want to have in our video. This is a relaxing, easy, calm space.
Yeah. And
I remember the section, I was like, hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but turn off the TV and relax. Take a moment and breathe. Everything is going to be all right. And like Peggy always say, God's got us. And it's just that I had over like 1.4 thousand likes on that post and stuff because people were starting to feel a little stressed out.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely stressful times right now, and just having a couple like yourselves that are showing this positive and the good music, it makes you feel good. It makes me happy. Every time I watch one of the videos, you say a positive. You like on one of them, you talked about go off and do something positive, do something good for people.
Yeah, do something good for yourself.
What prepper channels are doing that now? We need more of that because that's what it's all about.
You know what? We used to do a walk with us videos, and at the end we'll say goodbye to everybody, and then we just kind of like, I don't know where that came from in our walking videos, and we'll get in the car and say, yeah, y'all, this morning while we were walking, we were talking about this, and we talked about this yesterday and stuff like that. And it's just good to think about this and think about that. So you know what? Go out there and do something good for yourself. And for others, and then Peggy threw in, and for others as well. I said, yeah, and for others as well. And then we like the way that feels. Let's do that. And now we do it all the time because that's what we want to leave people with when we get when they're done watching our videos. That you know what, I'm gonna find something good to do for myself to keep my morale and my upbeat mentality.
Yeah, I love it. I was gonna put your music on the intro thing, but I was like, oh, is this copyright? I don't want them to. I don't want to get copyright strike on that.
You might have to get a copyright, right. Because it's on your channel instead of mine.
Yeah. So the song that I play in the beginning it's a knockoff of the Isley Brothers. So I definitely like the Isley Brothers are awesome. And these two should lead marriage retreats. What a beautiful couple. Maybe that's next on the horizon on the channel.
Hey, Maybe.
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
There we go. Well, cool. It looks like Bernie's back here. He's been monitoring the chat room. I don't think it hasn't been a busy night, has it, Bernie?
Holy cow! You know what? It's been a fun night. Like the comments that we're getting has been fantastic. Like it's been uplifting. Yeah, we got to have you on like every week.
Yeah. Well, we should at least have a quarterly check-in, I think, until they get the million subscribers, and then we'll. I remember when they had 11,000 subscribers.
Well, I know I'm totally in a good mood right now. I mean, I wasn't in a bad mood, but now I'm in a great mood. Love it. Love it. So good job. So,
Bernie, do you have a final question for Pegi and Don?
You know, I was in the car and you may have already answered this, and I think you did, but your top 3 preps that are non-food related that are in your pantry.
Top 3 preps that are non-food related. Well, the easy answer is the toilet paper and Lysol. Those are the first 2 easy answers, because Peggy was on a Lysol hunt like a lioness going through the jungle in every store. If she would see or catch a glimpse of a Lysol can somewhere, that was going to be it. But Peggy has been pushing the kitchen spray, the Lysol kitchen spray. Our house smells fantastic. I'm favorite antibacterial, and Peggy says she gets so upset when she go to the aisle and that's not there. Can you think of something else that's like a big non-food pantry item?
So we got 2.
I can't think of any. Soap.
Oh, you know what? Hey guys, I'm sorry. No, I said like woo, but make sure your sanitizer does not have methanol in it. I know probably other preppers have told y'all that and stuff. There's 1,000 hand sanitizers out there, over 1,000, that either have methanol in it or not enough alcohol to be effective. So,
God, I'm sorry. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. It's in the building.
There we go.
Make it make sense, Sylvia.
She was one of our first subscribers, and I think she was sick for a little while, and we were worried about her. It's so good. I'm sorry, guys.
You made it. Welcome to the live stream.
Love it.
Yeah, but so Donald said the toilet paper, and what else did you say? Lysol.
Lysol and the Lysol kitchen spray. And then the hand sanitizer. Make sure you have the right kind of hand sanitizer. Mm-hmm. We go through this. We get a little small bottle. We go through that halfway through the week. Go through the week. I like my butane stove.
Yeah, I like the butane too.
Yeah, I love my butane stove.
I'm thinking
I think it's good. I think we've been listening to some good stuff over here. So let's see. People have been asking how long you've been married. I think they said 14 years they've been married. After 6 months, he went. He was deployed for
6 months. Well, I deployed for 15 months.
He moved me to a new city
and then took off
and left. I didn't know anybody. I was by myself. I was stuck, so I had to make my way.
Well, cool. So again, you guys have been watching Pegi and Don from Pegi and Don's YouTube channel, and I think we're going to wrap this one up. My daughter's trying to come into the live stream. Were you able to hop on the Discord afterwards?
Yes, I saw it. I got your link. As soon as it's over, I'm going to click on that link and head on over to Discord, and I'll be able to answer some questions. Pegi got okay.
Yeah, so we have a Discord server. If there's any questions we didn't get to, I think Pegi and Don are going to be able to pop on for a few minutes. I'll pop on. I think Bernie will probably as well. So we're going to pop on over there. So there's a link in the description box if there's anything that we weren't able to ask over there. But again, this has been a real treat. So I'm gonna wrap this one up. So thanks again for Bernie for monitoring the chat room.
Thank you, guys.
On the road. And thank you for everyone that's watched this live stream that's featured Pegi and Don from their YouTube channel. Again, we welcome them into the preparedness community, and we need many more Pegi and Dons. I imagine that they're encouraging other people to take that first step into the journey of preparedness. They've been documenting it over here for all of us, and it's been a real treat. So again, I'm really appreciative of you coming on this show and talking with us. Everyone, make sure you go subscribe to their channel if you're not already. We've been saying it multiple times. And hopefully, I don't know, would you guys ever be willing to come back? I know once the merchandise hits, it's going to be hard to schedule. You got to talk to the agent. But.
We appreciate it.
We'll come back anytime. We're glad that you thought of us.
Okay, awesome. So, okay, you heard it right here, folks, that they are willing to come back. So if there's anything that you guys missed, make sure that you pop over to the Discord. We're going to be over there in the voice channel, and you guys, it'll be like kind of like a Zoom call. You could talk with Peggy and Don and myself and Bertie and some other friends as well. So again, thanks everyone for coming to watching this video. Thanks for the support. And stay tuned for more live streams with awesome guests like Peggy and Don. So again, subscribe to the channel, and everyone stay safe out there and keep on prepping. All right, let's see you guys later. Thanks again.
See you later, man.